Hey guys, welcome in. We're in Shelb's Crafty VIP with our first tutorial of this week. So we are going to make a wall hanging, and so this is going for my own decor. Yeah, it's like December, what's today, the 14th, and all I have is my tree decorated and my front door actually, so that is okay. But I have like no other Christmas decorations up, so I'm working on those. And so this is something that we haven't done before, and I'm going to teach you guys how to spruce up a wall hanging. So I got this at Ellis Home and Garden, and it's a big sign. As you can see, it's on my board, so it's 23 by 15 inches, so it's a really good size sign, and I had my eye on it since they put it out at the beginning of the season. I was like, that is so stinking pretty, but it was so expensive. So this is regularly $65, but they put all their stuff 60% off the other day. So I got it for like, what is that, like 25, somewhere around there. So it was obviously, I could not pass it up. 25 bucks for this huge, gorgeous sign. And now we're just gonna spruce it up a little bit. So what we're gonna do first, typically I would spray my gaps and cracks where I wanted it. But since I kind of decided to do this last minute for the tutorial, I'm just using one of the patties that I already have made. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here in this section and put a piece right here. And then I was thinking of doing another piece up here, but I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet because I don't want to cover any of this up. You could put a little piece right here. We still might, I don't know. We're going to see how it goes. But first we're going to cut us a little piece to go right here. So I'm going to take my scissors and we're just going to go ahead and cut a little piece off. I'm going to cut it this way to fit down into this corner. That's way small, so I'm going to cut another size. I don't want too big of a piece, but I still need a big enough piece so I can have enough room to stick stuff in it. That little piece will just come apart. And I really need to invest in a knife. Really need to get a knife in here. Okay, so we can put that piece there. I think I like that because I don't want too much foam to cover up, and you can actually get a lot of stuff in a little piece of foam. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let's take some glue. And I'm just going to generously put hot glue all over it. And then we're gonna stick it down here in this corner. And once you commit, you're all in, so make sure you got it where you want it. So we're gonna put that there for a second, and I'm just gonna sit my heavy duty wire cutters on top to let it dry. But I am wondering, I think I like that. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna glue this piece to the top. Now it's going against the wall, so I can't have it, you know, sticking out of the bag, but that's why I put it up there first, so it'll be flat. All right, so I'm just gonna hold this for a second. Sorry, past the time. So we're gonna diagonal this. This is the way I like to do that. I know one of the questions on my post the other day on the giveaway was having issues placing bulky pieces into your wreaths. And, you know, the key to that is putting them diagonal because it's more pleasing to the eye. That's also why we oval shape our wreaths, because it just, the way it draws your eye. So if you put them right beside each other, like if I put one here and put stuff on it, it wouldn't look that great. But the fact that I'm going to do the exact same thing but diagonally is really going to look great once I get it hanging on the wall. All right, so we're going to do that one last, and we're going to do this one first. So I think we're on there pretty good, and it can sit and dry as we work with it too. All right, so we're just gonna get started. And this is gonna be fairly simple. We're not making this huge. So it's gonna be pretty easy to do what we're wanting to do. Now, I brought several things to the table, so we're gonna kind of play around, see if we want it. I even brought some ornaments, and I got these at Decorator's Warehouse. In the back, in the clearance section, they were at $1.99. So I was thinking about hanging one here. I'm not sure if I like it. It's kind of just sticking out like that. I don't know. We'll save this for later. But I brought in some flocked pine. I got this from Ellis. You can get it at Hobby Lobby too. Just some different textures of each one. And then I also brought in like this glittery frosted cedar that I got from Ellis Home and Garden as well. That way we can bring in some dimension and different colors with that and really make a pretty greenery piece. I brought in these. These are my favorite picks, and I'm using these because I've used them in my other gingerbread stuff, and so they're just going to really coordinate. These came from Hobby Lobby. So I have a few of those. We have some super cute but simple ribbon. So we have this 1.5 inch gingerbread, and this, I think this is 2. No, this is 1.5 inch. I got this from Walmart last year, but I thought this was really cute too. And so then I brought in a couple of red swirly picks from Craft Outlet, and a marshmallow spray also from Craft Outlet, and these adorable gingerbread sprays. These also came from Craft Outlet. But these are super, super cute. I love these. And so we're just going to kind of play around and see where it takes us. So I have this gingerbread spray open already. So I want to place my other stuff first before I place my greenery. And that way I kind of just know where I want it to go. So I'm going to cut this apart. And I'm going to cut it right here where it has 1 gingerbread and 1 candy cane. And then that leaves 1 gingerbread with 2 candy canes. And we're just going to try that out at first. So I might, this is going to stick out too far. So I'm going to separate these. And just make them 3 individual pieces, and we can place them all individually. All right, so I'm just going to dip this in a little bit of glue. Now you don't have to put it in glue first, but I know I want this in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and commit. And I'm going to stick it right down in there just like that. That is already super cute. I already love it. All right, so now this cloth around this didn't really do, it kind of just stayed out. And so the pick that went inside didn't really have any glue on it. So we'll stick it down in there, and then we'll add a little bit of glue. I want to make sure this goes down far enough to where it's not covering up any of my words. And these bend, and so we can go ahead and bend them out to come off of it like that. And then we can, we'll move them around and stuff as we go when we start placing our other objects. Now this is such a small piece, so I know I want to add the flocking and the greenery to it. So I think I want to go ahead and add a couple pieces of that to see what kind of coverage we get, and then we can just add a few other pieces. And so, when you buy this from a store, everyone else might have it hanging in their home, but they won't have this one. They won't have this unique piece hanging in their home. So you can just take something from ordinary to extraordinary just by doing something really, really simple. I love these pieces. They're just wispy and flocked. They're some of my favorite flocked pieces. And so this is a long piece, so I'm going to go ahead and dip it a little bit in some glue. And I'm going to come right back here. Go ahead and get it stuck in there. And come up here with my shorter piece. See if we can get it to go in. That pine, that little bit of pine's in the way. It doesn't really have enough of a stick to go down into the foam. There we go. Now we really want to make this into like a 360 design, I guess you can say, this piece itself. So we're really going to work it all the way around. That has a stick. So it goes in there quite nicely. Clip this off right there. And bring another one in right here. And of course we can bend it down just below our words so it doesn't get in the way. We'll take our glue gun and we'll just dab a little bit of glue around each piece for right now. We can really come seal this in later. And I'll save this other piece and we might stick this in there later also. We're just creating us a base and a template to go off of as we build up. So I definitely want some of these cedar pieces in here. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. Let's see. So it looks like we're going to split this in two. The way to do that, when you kind of start fluffing stuff out, turn it around, look at the back, and see how you can split it. All right, so this is the longest, and so I'm going to come right down in here and push it up into, apparently I'm right on that candy cane. We're going to push each other out of here. Just like that. Then I'm going to come out here with this one. Like so. Of course, I only brought 2 to the table. Look at me being underprepared. Always bring too much, but not today. Okay, I'm gonna save one of these pieces for up top. So I'll just come right down here with this third piece. Come right down here. Create kind of a fan. Open up some more glue. I went to Walmart today and got like 6 packages. I always buy a lot of their glue just because, especially with this glue skillet, I go through it so stinking fast. Like, holy cow. Okay, what do we want to add next? I think we're going to come in with this other pine, these other pine pieces. Now I'm going to turn this around and let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual pieces. And so this one I do think we are going to split into those 5 individual pieces. Well, maybe, because we need them to have something where we can stick it into that foam. So we might have to split them into 3. That way we can keep the stick on the end of each one. So I have this really big flocked piece that I was thinking of running right under here in between this greenery. And I just don't know. I'm going to be able to get it into that foam. Pull that candy cane out a little bit. We can pull that cedar around. Like so. Glue it down really well. Bring this one in. Where do we want to come with this one? Come right back here. That created a really big hole in that styrofoam, so I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of glue right there. All right, let's start adding some of our other pieces. Bring in some fun and color. I'm starting to think about adding this. I don't know, that is just so super cute to me for some reason. It just speaks to me. Now that nipple is on there really well. Actually, no, it's not. I thought it was. So I need to find how I want to put this on here. How do I want to install this? If I could get it glued down in here, like so, but I can't. Let's try this. We're gonna take a floral pin. Okay, so first, this is really like a flimsy little nipple here. So we're really gonna make sure we glue it down. And then we're gonna run this floral pin through it. And I'm gonna dip the ends of this into my glue skillet. And I'm gonna poke it into this foam. And I'm gonna use this ornament to wedge that pin down in there. Okay, now we gotta really make sure we let this dry. Yeah, I like it. Remember how I say trust your gut? Again, I wasn't sure about it, but I really felt like I wanted it there, and guess what? It's there. It is there. Let's drive one of these in right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. It's not glued in well anyway. I'm gonna replace that in just a little bit. Need some weight to hold that there because I want it to stay and glue itself down. Take one more of these, and we're gonna run it over here somewhere and cut this down with my other wire cutters. That do not cut near as good. They truly just do not cut as good. See, is this one, yeah, that one's glued in good. I'm gonna go ahead and bend it up. Excuse my head. place this piece. And then we can work it back in there. We'll bring these around. And we'll work it into this spray. We'll glue it all down. And glue it all in. All right, let's bring this back in here. We'll come right up to it. Y'all know what I forgot? The bow. How could I forget about the bow? Goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay, let's get us a bow going. We're gonna pull this piece out, and that's where that bow's gonna go. Now we don't need a big one. Absolutely don't need a big one. We are going to, I do want this tail coming down. So we're gonna make, well, it's gonna go to that side. We're gonna make 2 small loops. And we're gonna leave this tail long. And I think I want this one to go in the back. So I'm gonna make that a short tail too. And so I'm just gonna come and I'm gonna gather that tail up under this one, okay? And then I'm going to pull my loop and circle it under. Okay, I gathered it. Now I'm gonna twist. I'm just gonna make another small loop and gather it. So we built that one from the top down. Now I'm going to take a floral pen and a pipe cleaner. Okay, so I have my pipe cleaner and I have my U-pen, floral pen. You can get these at Hobby Lobby by like a bag of 100. And I'm going to put this U-pen right back here as part of my bow. And we're going to tie this pipe cleaner through the floral pen. And we're just going to twist it around it. Now obviously it's not going to hold on to it perfectly, but that way we should already have it in our pipe cleaner. Twist it around like so. And snip that pipe cleaner off because we do not need it. Snip it short. And so now you have your floral pen in there like so. All right, now let's make sure we can put it here without it getting in our way. Trying to see how I want to place it. Oh, I like that for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to dip my floral pen again, or you can just run some glue on it. Actually, I'll just do that so y'all can see. I'm just barely squeezing my little trigger. But that way those little prongs get good and glued inside the foam. We're just going to smush it down in there. Just like that. We can run our tails. This one is twisted. Run our tails down here below our loops. just like so. Okay, so we have this adorable little bow in there. Now we want these super short so they stay out of the way. We're just going to dovetail them, and to dovetail you take it and you just fold it in half, wire to wire, and you just cut up at a slant. Okay? We're going to do the same thing with these, except we are going to leave these long. Well, I was going to leave it long until I did a bad dovetail. Now it's a little shorter, but that's okay. I'm going to make it work. Oh my gosh. Apparently I'm not going to make it work. Sometimes that soft ribbon can get you. That's okay. That one's long, and we're going to leave this one a little bit longer than that one. Oh, I love that. I love the way that went in there. That is super cute. Now, we can finish putting our goodies in here. Now we don't need this back in here because that's going to cover that up. So we don't want that. I have some marshmallows. Let's see something here. Cut that up. Where'd that loose marshmallow go? There it is. Gotta glue that bad boy back on here. That's the only thing bad about marshmallows. Like every single pick has marshmallows coming off of it, I swear. But you just glue it back on just like that. Give it a little pizzazz and a little character. All right, excuse my body for a second. But I need to try to find where this foam is. So I can get it down in there. There we go. All right, I know it's in. So now I can just give it a little character back there. Let's see about running some glue on it. There we go. Just a couple little squirts. Now I wanted to see about getting some marshmallows going on right here. So I'm going to clip these two off and clip them short because this needs something right here, but I don't want something bulky. That way it doesn't cover up my words. Because what's the point of a sign if you can't read it? There we go. Let those dry for a minute. Let's see about taking this last one. Wonder how good this is glued down now. Scared. I don't want to mess with it. I think it's blocking all my foam. Nope, we're going to come in right here. Yes. Found us a place. And now we can run these around wherever we want them. Bend them. Give them some cute character. Some whimsiness. I like it. I like it. Uh-oh. Here goes my other ornament. All right, I'm going to bring this one other piece that I said we were going to hold on to because I knew we were going to use it. Cut some of that pine off so I have a little bit of a stick. And I'm going to run it right in front of this bow. So I'm going to go ahead and drizzle some glue on it. That way it covers up my pipe cleaner. Bring some dimension down in there. And I am going to run some glue on top of my bow too. And I can get down in there. Get down in there. Wait, oh no, I did only have one. Thought I tricked myself and brought myself another cedar pick, but I did not. Okay, that is so super pretty. I'm gonna leave it for now and we're gonna work our way up here to this top piece. So I'm gonna scoot it over a little bit so you guys can see. Now obviously, not a lot's gonna happen up here. I need to cut this flush though. Now that it's good and dry. Wait, it's not sticking out. I don't want it really bulky up here. So again, I think I'm gonna cut this piece apart. Just into all its different pieces. You really can get so much out of one pick. So this one was $3.99 and it was 60% off. So it was like $1 and some change. Now this one does not have a lot of depth. So we really got to make sure these pieces are in good. You don't want a lot of heaviness. We're going to stick this one in this end. Maybe it will work with me. There we go. Oh, don't touch the other hot glue that you have on there because it hurts. Go ahead and glue it down, and then once it dries, we'll bend it down. That one got me pretty good, not gonna lie. All right, bring our one piece that we saved up here to the top. Get that guy in there. I'm going to clean up my cutting mat. Thing is, this glue pops off here really easy, so that's why I like working on it. Definitely have to use a couple of these, or at least one. Probably just one. Because it's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy, so what we're going to do is split it. We're going to pull it apart. You might have to wrap some of these back around each other. We're going to come in here. Wrap these back up together. Just wrapping the wire like so. And we'll bring these down this way. Ouch. It's a little long. Now this foam is not thick, so I have to be careful that I'm not tearing it too much, or else we'll lose our stability. Down in there. There we go. Got a little marshmallow piece, but I'm not sure on that one. Definitely have to cut this guy up. Nice little layer of glue. And now we just need some filler pieces. And we could put a little bow right there. I don't know. We have a bow here. Let's see though. Let's just try it out. If we did a little bow. I like it. I'm just doing a tiny little bow with short tails. And pipe cleaner. Where'd that little piece go? I was gonna use my little leftover piece, but I can't find it. We're just gonna twist it around as tight as we can. We're gonna snip it off. And this one I'm just gonna glue down. So we're gonna run a little bit of glue right here. And we're gonna place this on top and we're gonna let it dry. It's super light. It has that pipe cleaner to also use to adhere to. We're just gonna let that dry just like that. Doing that also gave that a little bit more stability as well. Okay, so we just need to see about getting our other little pine pieces. I had some cut up and now I'm looking for it. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, here it is. I knew it wasn't crazy. I knew I had not lost my mind just yet. That is such a wide base. I don't have enough foam to really stick that wide base in, so we're gonna have to clip it off and see if we can get these in as two pieces in separate places. Now it is super light, so I have it stuck in the foam a little bit, but mainly it's glued on top. I just pulled my bow off. I said let it dry, and then I made the mistake of yanking on it. I'm going to take this floral pin, and I'm going to cut it. Just like that. I'm going to run some glue. And I'm going to come across the middle of that bow and stick it in there. Don't use your fingers. Run some glue on top. And let it dry. Actually let it dry. Like for real. Like dead serious, let it dry. Don't touch it. Get that piece in the foam. Means we still have a little bit over here to play with. So I really want to make sure it's full. I kind of just stuck that in with that piece with the glue. I had a feeling it was going to be glued to my mat. Trying to be gentle. Just kind of pop it up. Oh, this is the joys of crafting. This is the real life stuff. There we go. Just trying to be gentle so I wouldn't rip it off my piece. Alright, let's go ahead and be gentle and dovetail this one super short. The cute little tail. And do the same thing to this one. Just a smidgen longer. Alright, we need a little piece to put right there to cover that up, and I really like the red, and so I'm going to snip this red piece off of that one. I'm going to stick it right behind that bow into the foam and cover it up just like that. And then I'm going to take a green one and I'm going to go over here and do the same thing, but it's already dry, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Come right up under that greenery, stick it behind that bow. Cute. All in the details, guys. It's all in the little details. We got hot glue strings everywhere. All right, so I feel like there's an empty space right here that needs something. So I'm gonna grab one more piece of pine. Not this big old piece, but maybe if I could get these two together. Just don't know if I can. It's so wrapped up. We're gonna give it a whirl. All right, we'll let that dry and then I'll maneuver it around a little bit more. But I think we're done. What do y'all think? Look at that. It's like just a whole piece of its own. How pretty is that? And then this one just so simple on this side. I think it made a really beautiful piece. I think it's gonna look awesome hanging on my wall. I hope you guys liked it. You know, some things are just kind of a little chaotic and you have to kind of make it work for you as you go. But that's the whole process of it. That's the whole creative process, and that's what makes it fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I can't wait to see you guys at the end of this week. Bye, guys.